How you going? Troy Parsons from the Podiatry Hive. Planning is something we put a lot of time and effort into around here at the Hive, and when I look at my own business journey, once I actually mastered planning, and I use the term mastered very loosely, it changed my world and it's changed my business, profoundly. Prior to actually putting a lot of time into planning, year on year would go by and not much would change. I'd be very busy, but I wasn't going anywhere. And I always had this fear, and it's something that I spoke to Greg about when we first started working together 7 years ago, was that I felt like I was climbing this ladder, and I had a fear that I was going to get to the top of this ladder one day and go, hang on, I wish I was on that wall. So I didn't actually have clarity about where I was going. So as I started to learn more and more about the planning process, I actually got very clear on my vision. Where did I want to be in 5 years? And as soon as we get that clarity, it actually takes a lot of pressure off. I use the word empowering a lot, but it's very empowering to know where you want to go. So once you're at 5 years, we can then go, right, in the next 12 months, what do I need to do to progress myself towards my vision? So what I tend to do is try spend 2 days before Christmas each year, where I actually plan out the next year. What do I need to do in this year to take me closer to where I want to go? So I actually write a story, which we talked about as our vision statement. And it's basically, if you and I were to have a beer, probably, let's say New Year's Day next year, and I tell you a story about what happened to me this year in my business, in my personal life, and with my relationships. And it's very particular to the detail about what I want to occur. Once I got clear on my vision and I knew where I wanted to be in 5 years, it was a lot easier for me to articulate what I want to achieve in the next 12 months. We often underestimate what we can actually do in 12 months. If you look at the first year of life, it's quite incredible what can be done in a 12-month period of time. So once I had my 12-month plan, I then went back to 90 days. What is my theme for this 90 days? What do I want to get achieved? So that all of a sudden that list starts to contract. So I might have 3 or 5 things I'll be focusing on for this next 90 days that are going to take me closer to my goal. Where the rubber starts to hit the road though is once you take those 90-day plans and bring it back to the weekly plan. Now, I like to probably stop at about 4 o'clock every Friday afternoon and spend about half an hour looking at my 90-day plan and what I'm doing at the moment and what do I need to do in the next week to take me closer to my goal. Not just being busy, but actual productive, probably no more than about three to five at the most. 3 to 5 tasks I want to get done, they're going to take me towards my goal. So then when it comes to the daily plan, which is the next step, you can then sit down and again, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon is a good time for me. Even when I was treating, I used to try and schedule a 15-minute block. So it's not the end of the day where you just want to rush home and get back to the family or go to the gym or whatever that is you want to do. I actually scheduled a time with myself at 4 o'clock every day where I'd check in, see what I'd got done that day, reflect on my weekly plan, took a moment to actually probably say thanks for everything that we have actually achieved so far, and then set out my plan for the next day. And it could be, depending on how busy you are, it could be just a phone call, it could be an email, it could be scheduling time to go visit a GP clinic. But as soon as I got very clear about what I want to achieve the next day, all of a sudden I went from being busy all the time to being productive. And I was very, very good and can still be very good at being busy but not productive. And that's where planning really comes in. It's a skill that takes a long time to master and it's something I'm still working on. And Greg introduced me to it probably 7 years ago. And if I'd listened and applied it earlier, I probably would have been at the same point in half the time. But it's a skill that's so essential to business success and it helps make sure you actually have a balanced life and a fulfilled life at that. So how's your planning going?